from Aiden Ross getting sold out by a close friend.
Horrible that somebody that in my circle got paid by TMZ to release that.
To Faze Lacy getting stabbed in the back by his cameraman.
Bro, you literally just said you had a crush on her, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but
let's not be stupid here. I'm not gonna let you lie to this nigga. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't have to.
Here are 10-time streamers got betrayed by their inner circle, and you won't believe how dark these secrets are about to get.
There's a pedophile involved too, bro. I don't give a if I get sued. I could give a less. I always stand up for what's right.
Kicking off with Aiden Ross, whose betrayal is still the freshest and a heartbreaking one, because it had to do with the loss of a loved one.
The sister of popular online streamer Adin Ross has died at the age of 36.
Sadly, Aiden's sister Madeline passed away in January, but the family was still mourning and had yet to even make the news public.
You could read up on it. This shit happened, a couple months ago. I didn't really want to tell anyone. As you could see, it was a private thing.
All for TMZ, a tabloid news outlet, to break the sensitive news on the 3rd of March. The worst part is what Aiden Ross revealed in his statement.
Horrible that somebody that in my circle got paid by TMZ to release that. I don't know who it was yet, but I'm gonna find out, and I'm suing TMZ, and I'm suing the county, I'm suing a lot of people, so.
Unfortunately, it was someone in his close circle who felt that the cost of selling him and his family out to TMZ was more important. It's unsettling when your own friends stab you in the back, similar to what transpired between Jack Doherty and his old friend Neon.
You will be going down, my brother. You will be going down.
But before we get to that, how about that time Jack Doherty's ex-girlfriend completely threw him under the bus for cheap clout? As an influencer and a semi-popular one, McKinley Richardson doesn't need much introduction, and neither does her very publicized relationship with streamer Jack Doherty.
It's a very big day because
we're getting married.
This is why it was surprising when the two broke up, and even more shocking when McKinley went on the One Night with Steiny podcast to say this about Jack Doherty.
The relationship was real, and I had met him, we were talking for 6 months before I even showed my face on camera, and I didn't have an OnlyFans or anything. I actually didn't want to do it. He told me he'd send me back home if I didn't, so I did it.
No.
I swear.
Now, it's not a secret that Jack's quite the controversial figure, but betrayal is betrayal all the same, and he obviously felt the sting of that one, even though he'd eventually try to put a lid on things by going on a podcast of his own to tell his side of the story.
And I don't mean to bring this up, but it's something I have to. There was a report that she said that you threatened her.
Yeah, I mean, I never threatened her. Like, couples fight, whatever. I never threatened her. I threatened her little Maybach, all right? But, like, it wasn't that deep. I shouldn't have done it. That was my fault, but it...
You guys were just tossing words at each other?
Yeah, we both tossed words at each other.
Have you guys ever got physical with each other?
No, I've never gotten physical with her, no.
And she ever felt, like, threatened by you like that?
No. That's why I was just, like, shocked. I don't even want to talk about it because it's just, like,
It just felt like too little too late at that point. But from getting betrayed by exes to getting called out by old friends, here's that time iShowSpeed got exposed by some childhood friends.
When I became like a YouTuber, yeah. Chat, that's the story.
Apparently, this guy from iShowSpeed's childhood thought that it would be cool to post old photos of them on TikTok. But the claims he made were more concerning than nostalgic.
Say, you know what?
Speed would eventually debunk those allegations.
When people do this, bro. Like chat. My mom kicked me out the house when I was 14. In these pictures, I was like 12, 11. But them pictures right there, I was like 14. My mom kicked me out of my house at 14. I moved in with my dad. I moved to Michigan. I was lonely. I was depressed. Nobody takes or called me. The people in these pictures didn't text or call me. I was just focused on YouTube.
But betrayal is betrayal, and thankfully, people saw it for what it was. Next up, the deception gets even more insane when Faze Lacy gets betrayed by both his girlfriend and his own cameraman.
What did you gain out of doing him like that?
Bro, I just cared about both relationships, and I didn't want to, go in any relationship, so I...
Now, if you know anything about Lacy, then you probably also know about his then ex-girlfriend, Darla.
No fucking
Oh, Jack, he wants partners. He's such a good boy.
However, There's also no forgetting when they broke up because apparently Darla was cheating on him.
She was dating Bryce the entire time for the last 4 months, which I didn't even know about. Why am I crying? Because I'm lost. I'm losing everything. It's probably... No, I'm losing everything. She lied. She lied about everything. She used... I guess she tried using Lacy. I didn't know. I would have not... I don't know. I tried. I tried ending things. She just lied about everything. She made it all up. She made me lie and forced me to lie with her. I shouldn't have done.
The worst part is that it was with Santi, Lacy's cameraman, who had apparently known about this.
She made me lie about everything. She made me lie about the house. She made me lie that she was living in my house while she was living with Bryce. Apparently she was on this contract with someone to use Lacy that I didn't know about. She made me...
The confession came after getting exposed that he knew about their affair for over 3 months. And you know Lacy's boys weren't going to let him go that easily.
No, don't apologize to me.
I've already apologized.
So this is what I want to know though, real shit. That ass. What I want to understand is why the are you saying all this now and why did you not do it before? Why you acting like you an open book now and you ain't do it before? He fucking said. Why did you even agree to this in the first place, though?
I thought you were cool, bro.
Explain. So, what was the deal y'all had?
Y'all not even cousins.
Yeah.
What was the deal y'all had?
What deal?
With Darla, what was the deal?
There was no deal.
So, you were his cameraman, why?
To be his cameraman.
Clearly not.
What do you mean?
Wait,
Let me get this straight. You
was
were his...
Was there an NDA or contract on you?
I have a contract.
Yeah, that's a pretty messed up situation they got themselves into for a minute. But funny enough, this would not be the first public betrayal involving a member of the FaZe Clan.
Everything to do with me and FaZe to rest, bro, because there is so much I haven't said. And honestly, at this point, bro, I don't give a
Remember the recent saga that saw the leadership of the world-famous streaming brand FaZe Clan get entangled in a controversy that involved backstabbing, betrayal, and some very dark secrets?
Under the bus instead of them. I wasn't even pushed out. I left. There's a pedophile involved too, bro. I don't give a if I get sued. I could give a less. I always stand up for what's right. That was the
Well, it all started when exiled OG member of the group, FaZe Rain, posted a quite disturbing video, calling out the group with some insane allegations. It was later discovered that the person Rain referred to in the video was FaZe Temper. He attempted to defuse the situation, or so he thought.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this, and that my name is in the same breath as the word pedophile, is so sick, twisted, and insane. This is disgusting. It's so mind-blowing that someone that I really built a brotherhood with, someone that I really considered a brother, that I invited to my baby shower, that I always looked after and took care, and then when you were going through your darkest days, I was there for you and I was making sure that you were good.
Until Rain doubled down on his allegations, revealing even more damning details.
Because he made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit because originally it was 2 16-year-olds and it was a 17-year-old and one was watching, and now a 17-year-old and he didn't know her age. If you didn't know her age and you said that to us at least once, we wouldn't be here, bro. I would not have treated it the same way if you said you didn't know, because that changes everything. But you never said that, not once. Literally not once. This is news to me that you didn't know, okay? And I'm not trying to make it about myself in any way, shape, or form. By the way, I don't want anything out of this. I fucking love my life. It has bothered me for so long because that shit fucked me up. I left the team over because I said I'm not going to be in the same team with someone.
Bottom line, the case escalated to the point where Temper had to be kicked out of the group. Moving on. Remember when Ice Poseidon and his friend Hampton Brandon fell out so bad they even resorted to a full-on physical confrontation? Well, what you may not know is that this was another very disturbing betrayal case, because what kicked off their public feud was when Brandon, who was supposed to be one of Poseidon's closest friends, released this video.
I just like watching his career crumble because of the terrible things he does. He's really selfish, guys. And when I mean selfish, it's to the point where it's like, I don't know what he's doing. I can't lie. I don't know what he's doing on his off time, but it's nothing good. Do you guys understand what I mean by that? It's nothing good. I know he's doing drugs. I know he's doing things that don't, you know, he's not doing things worrying about future endeavors, really, in my opinion. Because every time I was at his house off stream, he's always talking about blowjobs, hookers, and Molly.
He'd even go so far as burning CX merch, which belonged to Poseidon's brand.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
It's rare. Fire Poseidon.
Exactly.
Yeah, get that fringiness. Oh, there we go.
It's over, Pop. Paul, if you know about symbolism, it's really over for you, Pop. That's so bad. Especially with a man like me here.
It's gonna be on CX News.
It all seemed rather confusing at the time, until Ice eventually revealed the reason for the fallout.
Brandon fell out is because he didn't want to cough up the 20%?
Well, yeah, that was different. So we did the RV trip. Everyone who went on the RV paid 20% of what they made, because why should I pay for the entire RV when everyone else is getting a lot out of it?
Oh, so out of that specific time period, you were supposed to get 20%. That definitely seems fair.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted everyone to push their own weight with the cost, because the RV ended up costing like almost $20,000 in the end, or something like that. So, you know, I didn't want to be the only one out of some money. So, and then Brandon was just like, you know, he lied about his PayPal being locked, and then just didn't want to give me the money. And I was just like, why should I?
Bro was literally crashing out and going on a spree, all because he was asked to pull his own weight after a group trip? Now that's crazy, and probably one of the most unreasonable betrayals you'll see. Well, except maybe for that time Selena Powell exposed Neon over a pretty private matter.
Neon. He's not who y'all think he is. That boy puts on the perfect... he deserves an Oscar.
This one all went down after that time when Neon had influencer Selena Powell all up in his business.
It's a lot.
That's why I make you nervous.
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Neon would have preferred the details of their personal relationship to stay private, but Selena had other plans.
No, like Neon's not fucking.
No.
You're not going crazy like that.
Cut this out, but
I
fucked Neon, and he's
did?
not. Yeah, I fucked Neon, and he's
Neon.
He's not who y'all think he is. That boy puts on the perfect. He deserves an Oscar. He is a hoe.
She exposed some pretty interesting details about Neon that had the streaming world talking.
When I tell you that man was off.
Not my nephew.
We need a lie detector test up in here. I know.
Not my nephew.
Neon can barely finish a Chipotle bowl. I know he's not beating it up like that.
Bro.
Yeah.
So listen to me. How does she a bad motherfucker? Man, she a bad motherfucker.
Neon obviously felt betrayed that his business was put out there for everyone to talk about. So he wasn't having it when Aiden called to question him about it.
What's good?
I'm streaming. What are you doing?
I just went to Target to buy clothes.
Did you fuck Selena Powell?
I was... Look at this guy trying to farm his clip.
I mean,
Listen, bro. Go do your face-offs, bro.
But why did she say this?
Why did she say this? You have 35 bodies and you fuck Sky Bree. Alright?
All right.
You know that, right?
Alright, bro.
You were a whore in LA.
Let me, bro. Why are you trying to turn it on? I just asked if you fucked her. Like,
No, because we know what you're doing.
No, that's all I asked is she.
You fucked every girl in LA when you were in that era.
Is it did you fuck or not, bro? Damn. Yes or no?
And talking about personal information getting exposed, here's the time Ice Poseidon almost ended Mizkif's career.
Going off.
Yeah, I also saw that tweet of yours about me 3 years ago. That also went off.
Well, listen.
The long-time drama involving Mizkif and Imaru triggered one of the biggest betrayal arcs on Twitch, with longtime collaborators immediately distancing themselves.
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue and just not make it a public thing.
However, one of the highlights of the whole saga was when Ice Poseidon leaked old unhinged texts from when Mizkif was still his photographer. The text, which featured several homophobic and racial slurs from Mizkif, was at the time the final nail in the coffin of his reputation, and got the streamer banned from several platforms. For Mizkif, this was a genuine attempt at betrayal, and he'd even bring it up when the duo linked up on Stream 3 years later.
I saw your KPP. It's going off.
Yeah, I also saw that tweet of yours about me 3 years ago. That also went off.
Well, listen, the tweet from 3 years ago was unfortunate, but you know, these things had to happen because it created Kick, and I have to look out for myself.
So you ruined my reputation with the black community so you can make more money?
Well, I don't know if I'd say ruined your reputation. I mean, you know,
Your
I've
viewers going
said
up.
quite the jarring
Easiest
things in my
KPP.
career, and the black community seem to love me.
Next up, Neon tries to take Jack Doherty out after their fallout.
Never had any real problem with you until now.
As far as streamer-on-streamer betrayal goes, this one's up there among the most chaotic.
Jack, get up! Stop, bro! Stop! Stop! What am I walking? Yo, you're good, bro. Stop! You just got dropped.
However, the moment of truth came when Neon, who had previously been in Jack Doherty's inner circle, decided to leak this incriminating information about him.
We'll be taking that money and I will be exposing you for getting drunk underage girls on yachts and taking percentages of them. You will be going down, my brother. You will be going down. I never had any real problem with you until now, so you will be going down. Underage girls on a yacht, making them drink. I know everything about you, and I got this. I got this.
The allegations got everyone talking, especially since Jack Doherty had already been suspected of suspicious activity. The young streamer would eventually come out to debunk the allegations.
I think I want to address, because I think it's the last thing I have to address, but basically there's this rumor saying that I sign minors to OnlyFans, get them drunk on yachts, make them sign contracts, whatever. That is the most untrue, false allegation I've ever heard, and I've never felt like I had to respond to it because it's just so dumb. But one person came up with that rumor, and the whole internet ran with it. And the person that came with that rumor was getting interviewed, and they blocked the person that was interviewing them because they had no proof and nothing to say about it.
But again, narratives already flew, and the allegations seemed quite believable since they came from someone who previously had access to such information about Jack. Much like that time Sneako got called out publicly by his quote-unquote friend.
You know you're banned from everything now, right? You smoked yourself. He's been in my vlogs. It's this promoter.
Of course, Sneako has never been too far away from one controversy or another in his time as a streamer.
We have some breaking news, as YouTuber Sneako has been completely banned from the platform. Both his main channel Sneako that had been around for about 10 years and his second channel Sneako that was really picking up steam lately have been completely wiped from the platform.
However, not many can compare to when he got banned for anti-Semitic comments. However, the kicker was when he called his promoter friend on stream, and right off the bat, the friend calls him a racist.
Hey, what's up? I'm streaming right now.
And then proceeds to expose him in front of thousands of viewers.
That's what I hear.
From who? Who said that?
You're banned from virtually on my own stream. I don't want your face on stream.
Oh, okay, yeah, just use your voice.
You're virtually banned from every single hospitality group in the United States.
Like what?
Tao Group, Groot Hospitality, H-Root Group, virtually every restaurant, every venue, every nightclub, you're pretty much banned for your anti-Semitic remarks and your absolute racism and your hatred towards Jews. I thought we were friends.
We are friends. You don't want to be friends anymore?
I haven't been your friend in over a year, my man. Your anti-Semitism is blatantly disgusting. It's very, very offensive. You know, I've hosted you thousands of times, taken care of you. I've been a true friend, and all I've ever received from you is hatred, racism, and just anti-Semitism.
When have I been racist or hateful towards you?
You always say smirky remarks.
Sneako was shocked by this betrayal, but the comments didn't hesitate to call him out all the same. And that's what makes this one sting the most. It wasn't a random person who exposed him. It was someone he brought into his circle and he thought was his friend. These streamers build their entire careers in public, but the betrayals that actually break them, those come from behind closed doors. If this one had you hooked, don't go anywhere. Subscribe and click the video on your screen right now, because next up, we've got the wildest moments of streamers getting disrespected by the very guests they invited onto their own stream. And trust me, some of those people had absolutely no business showing up the way they did.